Okay, imagine blindly trusting a computer screen so much that it literally destroys your entire business and drags you into a massive, crippling lawsuit. That is exactly the disaster scenario we're unpacking today. I'm the Agile Auditor, and welcome to this risk-vigilant Bard Explainer, where we're going to do a rapid-fire reality check on your inventory.
Section 1. The 5 crore illusion. So, picture this. A company's top-tier software system confidently shows they have exactly 5 crore rupees, that's 50 million rupees, worth of premium raw materials just sitting comfortably in their warehouse, ready to go. Based entirely on that digital number, the sales team goes out and aggressively closes a massive, company-making deal. Contracts are signed, high fives all around. But when the transport trucks finally pull up to the loading docks to actually load the goods, the warehouse is completely empty. I mean, just dust and air. There was absolutely nothing there. The company lost their biggest client on the spot, their reputation totally tanked, and they faced a massive lawsuit that nearly bankrupted them. So why did this happen? Well, because they trusted a computer screen 100% without ever bothering to verify physical reality.
In simple terms, here's exactly what that company completely missed out on. The first crucial concept is inventory reconciliation. This is simply the act of comparing what your ERP software says you have in stock against what is actually physically sitting on your warehouse shelves, and then fixing any differences you find. Look, there's zero jargon here, folks. It's really just matching the digital dream to the physical reality. Now, to do this without bringing your entire business to a grinding halt, we use something called cycle counts. Think about it. Shutting down an entire factory once a year to count every single screw, pallet, and box, that's a logistical nightmare. It totally kills production. Instead, with cycle counts, you just check a small, specific section of your warehouse every single week. It's continuous, it's non-disruptive, and it keeps your digital records tightly tethered to reality.
Section 2. The empty wallet analogy.
Let's think about tracking your own cash in your everyday life. Say your personal budgeting app, which, let's face it, is basically just your personal ERP system, says you have 1,000 rupees left for the week. You're feeling pretty good about it. But then you physically open your actual leather wallet to pay for something, and you only find 800 rupees inside. Now that 200 rupee difference, that is an absolute fact. You can't just pretend the missing 200 rupees magically exists just because the app says so. Your app doesn't control reality. You actually have to reconcile the app by deducting 200 rupees so it reflects the truth. And then you have to actively investigate where you dropped the cash. Did you buy a coffee and forget? Did it fall out of your pocket? You have to solve the mystery.
Section 3. Mining real-world operations.
Okay, let's scale that simple wallet analogy way up to a massive, high-stakes industrial environment. Take XYZ Limited, a gigantic copper ore mining operation. The stakes here are astronomical. Ria is the inventory manager, and her ERP system says they have 500 tons of extracted copper ore sitting out in Sector 4. Now, shutting down a massive mining facility to do an annual physical inventory would take a full week and cost millions of dollars in lost production. Yeah, the CEO is never going to approve that. So instead, Ria relies on cycle counts. Step 1, her team picks a single small stockyard grid. Step 2, they physically measure just that one grid every Friday morning. Step 3, over the course of a few months, rotating grid by grid, they successfully verify the entire operation's massive inventory. And the best part? They do it without stopping the heavy machinery for even a single minute. It saves the company millions, all while keeping their data perfectly accurate.
Section 4. Math fix versus crime.
So the absolutely crucial point here is knowing exactly what to do when you actually find a difference between the screen and the shelf. Beginners constantly make a fatal mistake right here. They mistake fixing a data error for solving a physical theft. Let's really break this down. On one hand, we have the system adjustment. This is just the act of updating the ERP to match the physical reality. If the system says 10 and the shelf says 8, well, you change the system down to 8. It just makes the math correct. But on the other hand, you desperately need a root cause investigation. This is the detective work of finding out why those numbers didn't match in the first place. Did the goods expire? Were they crushed by a forklift? Or did an employee systematically steal them? Listen carefully. Merely updating the system does not solve the crime. It really just documents the loss.
Section 5. Catching silent shrinkage.
When we shift into true crime territory to look for deliberate deception, the ultimate auditor's red flag is a phenomenon we call the silent shrinkage. Honestly, this phrase should send chills down the spine of any warehouse owner. This is the absolute danger zone, where missing inventory isn't a simple clerical mistake, a typo, or a damaged box. Oh no, it is a calculated, intentional cover-up designed to look perfectly normal on paper. Auditors actually hunt for corrupt warehouse managers using this exact kind of scenario. Imagine 50 highly expensive laptops just go missing from a secure lockup. Obviously, this is a major physical theft, but instead of reporting the theft and sounding the alarm, the corrupt manager uses their authorized system access to quietly change the ERP inventory balance from 500 down to 450. And you know what the really deceptive, insidious part of this is? They label it in the system as a routine reconciliation adjustment. To an untrained eye looking at a spreadsheet at corporate headquarters, it just looks like regular warehouse cleanup. They are deliberately hiding their physical theft behind a seemingly innocent accounting tweak. The digital footprint hides the physical crime. Which brings us to the big takeaway you really need to internalize today. Manual write-downs must be strictly audited. As an Agile auditor, you have to fiercely run analytics on these manual system adjustments. You are literally the last line of defense to catch corrupt managers who secretly use clever accounting tricks to cover up massive physical theft. Remember, the screen reality can easily be manipulated by anyone with a keyboard and the right permissions. The digital world is completely malleable. The physical world is not. So knowing all this, ask yourself a very serious question. What is actually sitting on your shelves right now?